Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to take you on a quick walk up one of my favorite trails around here. It's on Wakakusa-yama. It's a small little mountain that overlooks Nara and the whole surrounding valley. It's not a big mountain. It's only about 230 meters high, I think. But it's a great walk. They have a trail that goes up the front of the mountain, and you can get up there really quick. It's a lot of stairs, and one of the great things about it is that it's all just grass field. So they burn this mountain. I call it a bluff sometimes, actually, because where I'm from in Minnesota, we call small little mountains like that bluffs. But anyway, they burned this mountain or this bluff in January of every year to kind of keep the vegetation off it, to let the new grass grow back, and maybe to give the animals something to eat. I don't know. Maybe it's just to make a good view. There's actually different historical theories for why they burn the bluff. They've done this since the Edo period, which was from 1600 until 1868. So one of the theories or kind of urban legends of why they do it is because there were a lot of people in town, in the city of Nara, that had apparently seen ghosts. And the ghost told them that the only way it could be appeased is if they burned this bluff or this mountain. That's kind of the gist of it. I don't actually know all the details. There's other theories as to why they do it, but they've continued to do it every year for different reasons, including maybe this kind of historical or legendary reason as well. But anyway, because they do that, it's got some really great, spectacular views, even though it's just a short little hike. So the payoff is really good. It's really worth it. And I like to do this because it's so close to my house. It's a fun walk, and you can go up it really quick. So I'm going to take you guys along with me on this one. It's quite hot today. Again, we're just coming out of the rainy season. You can maybe see around me that everything is really green, looking really fresh. Ground is still a little bit wet, so we've had a bunch of days of rain, and we're coming to the end of the rainy season. And after that comes the heat. And we've already got a little bit of sunshine poking through the clouds right now. And added to the humidity, it's making things seem really, really hot, feel really, really hot. So there's no shade on this route. So I am going to be cautious that I don't get overheated, try not to overexert myself, because it's a hot time to be climbing. But definitely hang around for this one because it's going to be fun. Okay, so we're getting close to the start of the trail. This is a really touristy area. There's lots of tourists around, coming from Todaiji, coming from Kasuga Taisha. A lot of people like to just once they go in the gates for the mountain, just to kind of sit around at the entrance to it and sit on the grassy slope. We're not going to stop there. We're going to go all the way up, obviously, because that's more fun, and it's not that long of a or difficult of a hike. But this is the beginning of the trail, so I'll show you guys what it's like around here, getting up into the entrance. Arigatou gozaimasu. It's really hot. I'm sweating already. Whew. You can see the bluff grass stretching out. It's pretty nice. I don't know why you'd want to sit out in the hot sun though, to be honest. Some deer hanging out in the shade. Yeah, they know what to do. Alright, so we're coming up to the end of this first part here, and you can see some deer up here gathered in the shade. They didn't want to be out in the hot sun. I'm kind of starting to wonder if I want to be out in the hot sun, actually. And they look pretty cool, huh? There you go. Already got a good view. Nothing to block your line of sight. So you can imagine we're going to have some even better views at the top. They're just chilling. Alright. Now we got a bunch of stairs. So let's go for it. I like this too. So what you get on this hike is, even though it's a small bluff, it has some really steep sides that slope down and kind of angle off in different directions, and makes you feel like you're a lot higher up than you actually are. So that's kind of fun. Yeah. All right, we did it. Look at that. So here we go. This is the first part. Got a couple more to go after this, but the steepest part is over. Already get some stunning views from up here. Feel that breeze. Oh, it feels great. Look at all the deer there. That's amazing. Wow. There you go. So this is the top of the first part of Wakakusa-yama, and it is hot, but great views. Wonderful breeze. There's Todaiji down there. Kasuga Taisha, the shrine, is in the forest there. And the rest of the city is beyond. That's Ikoma-san, that mountain over there. One of the tallest that you can see from around here. The other tall ones are Katsuragi-san and Kongo-san over there. They're each about 900 some odd meters. Oh yeah, feel that breeze. Whew, beautiful. Let's keep going to the top. Now, you might notice, by the way, that I'm not introducing any wildlife on this hike, and the reason for that is pretty simple. It's just because there isn't a lot of wildlife out here on the open sun with a lot of people traveling by, but we do get to see a lot of deer, so that's a plus. By the way, that is Takamoto-san. You can see over there, there's an opening on a mountain, kind of a grassy opening. That's where we went on the last video. In front of that is Kasuga-yama, Kasuga-yama, and the hills behind that. We can see a hawk flying around there too. That's kind of cool, looking for some prey, probably. You can see this red sand of the hillside, the red dirt. Not exactly sure why it's like that. Oh, all the deer eating there too. That's hilarious. So cute. All the red dirt, as I was saying, I think this is probably a byproduct of them burning this whole area around here every year. It gets a lot of kind of minerals stored up in the dirt from that. Somebody who knows more about geology could probably give a better explanation. Okay, so there's kind of a cool spot up here actually. It's kind of a nice viewpoint. So take a quick look at that. And here it is right here. So kind of like this because, again, it feels like you're up really high because you have all these really steep slopes going down. You can see the hills going off in the distance. So we actually haven't climbed that high, but like I said, you get really nice views. Alright, here we go, last push. One more set of stairs and we're there. You can see how this would be pretty good exercise doing it every week, which I tried to do. I did actually kind of screw up my feet muscles last hike though, because I didn't stretch properly beforehand. So always remember to stretch. Hello, dear. You're here too. Boy, they seem spooky today. Easily spooked. I don't know what it is. Maybe they know I'm not going to give them any crackers. Okay, check it out. We are at the top. Go. Oops. 342 meters. I was wrong. Off by about 100 actually. Taller than I thought. So yeah, there you go. That's the hike up. You can come out here. There's another little viewpoint. But pretty much wherever you are from up here, you can see just all around you. There you go. So there's a trail. We walked up right there, coming around the top, and then it goes down the front side like that. So yeah, that was like maybe 30 minutes up here, even faster down. You can usually go up and down really quick within about an hour from my house, including the walk from my house. So yeah, it's a nice hike. We're actually going to go back down the same way, so I can show you that too. First I'm going to take a little break in the shade, and once we get down, there's some shops at the bottom of the hill. One, I'm pretty curious about serving local beer, so can see if we can get a nice ice cold beer there. Oh yeah, there you have it. That was the trip up. We're gonna go back down, but just wanted to give you another little kind of quick tidbit about Wakakusa-yama. So you can see again, this is the front side of the mountain that we just climbed up, and actually there's a couple different trails and ways up here. If you go over there, there's a back trail, and one of the back trails, the really long one, goes all the way around the mountain. It connects up with Takisaka no Michi, which we went up in the first episode. So a lot of these trails are connected. And those are pretty fun too. I like to mountain bike those, so we might go on a mountain biking trip on one of those in a later episode, because that's a lot of fun. Those are mostly gravel roads, so pretty easy to walk on. There's also a paid toll road up that a lot of people drive up on, so you can just drive up here and see the view too, actually. Maybe I should have mentioned that first, in case anybody wanted to take the easy way up. But for this video, it's a lot more fun to actually see the trail. So yeah, that's what it is, and let's go back down. See some hawks flying around as well. That's pretty. Sometimes depending on the day, if there's rain clouds and stuff, you'll get rays of light that shine down through here on the valley. It can be really beautiful, so it's neat to see this at all times of the year. Wow, look at that hawk just standing right there, right at this perfect spot where the wind is like coming up from both sides, I think, and just like holding him there. Look at that. That's amazing. That's kind of a small hawk, actually. I wonder if it's just a smaller type or if it's still a kid. Let's see if we can look at it a little closer. That is cool. Wow, look at that right there. He's almost got kind of V-shaped wings. If they have V-shaped wings, it could be Hayabusa. Oh, look at that. He's diving down. Wow, that is so cool. That is a beautiful hawk. That might be a different kind of hawk, Hayabusa or something else. I'll have to look it up later. That's awesome. There you go, guys. We're down at the bottom already, so that was pretty quick. It doesn't take too long. It's just a nice, fun little walk. Great exercise. Pretty hot in the summer, but if you bring lots of water, you'll be okay. So yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot for coming along with me on this one. I was really excited to show you guys this because, again, this is a hike I've done a lot, and no matter how many times I do it, I never really get tired of it, just because of every time you go up, you see something new. You get to watch the seasons change. In the fall, we get a lot of long grasses, so a lot of these grasses dry out. They also get really long, kind of beautiful golden, maroon hues to them. So that's really pretty. In the winter, they, like I said, they do yamayaki. They burn all of this for a special festival. So that's really fun to watch. Maybe you can catch that on a later episode. Gotta wait a little while though because it's still June. So, and in the spring as well. But you get to see all the changing of the seasons. So that's a lot of fun. It's just a great little refreshing hike, both for the body and the soul, I think. So I'm gonna go see if I can get myself a nice ice cold beer right now and get out of the sun. But you guys stay cool. See you next time. Cheers.